everyone, welcome to our video on the incredible technology of smartphones and how they are made. Did you know that your smartphone, which you might even be using to watch this video, is partly made of sand? But not just any sand, it's a special type of sand called silica, which is used for silicon manufacturing. In today's technologically advanced world, smartphones are practically our own handheld computers that fit in our palms. They use computer chips, which are created through the use of flat silicon wafers. But have you ever wondered how these computer chips are crafted? Let's find out. The first step in creating a computer chip is to have a semiconductor foundation, and for this, companies need a silicon wafer. These wafers are typically created through the Zakralski method, invented in 1915 by Polish scientist Jan Zakralski. The process starts by melting the silica sand until it becomes pure, electronic-grade silicon. Once a full ingot is produced, it will have a purity level of 99.9999%, which means there will only be one foreign atom for every billion silicon atoms. After the ingot is sliced to become a wafer, it undergoes various processes such as photolithography, etching, and ion implantation. After the wafer has been finished, it's time for testing. This is one of the most important steps, as there will be times when testing leads to the discovery of a faulty wafer, meaning that it doesn't work as a semiconductor. Computer chips or integrated circuits are where a computer's memory and processing units are found. When computer chips were first used, they could not hold nearly as many transistor components as they do today. When Intel created their first chip in 1971, it could only hold a few thousand, but today one can hold billions. If we go back even further, some of the first chips from the 1960s had only a single transistor. Essentially, the transistors of a chip are used for decision-making capabilities, so it is kind of like the brain of a computing device. The more transistors, the better. Now that we know about the foundation of a smartphone's computer chip and the chip's function, let's take a look at how the integrated circuit is constructed. Numerous metal layers, which you can think of as wires, are used to connect the transistors. Since there are so many in such a tiny amount of space, this is obviously something that can't be completed by hand compared to the era of integrated circuits with only one transistor. After the chip is finished, it undergoes wafer sort testing to determine if it's functioning properly. During the test, each chip is given patterns to respond to. If the chip responds with the correct answer to the pattern, it is ready for packaging. If it responds with the wrong answer, it's discarded. The wafer is then set for slicing, which is cutting it into individual computer chips. During this slicing process, any chips that failed the wafer sorting test are discarded. The ones that will continue on their journey to be used in smartphones will be packaged by combining the substrate, die, and heat spreader together. While technically, the mobile phone has a history dating back to the 1920s, the phones we use today didn't really begin to come into play until the 1970s. It wasn't until 1973 that Martin Cooper made the first ever public call using a mobile phone that weighed almost 2.5 pounds. Like most technology, while the mobile phone was in its early stages, there were many improvements and advancements made. Today, we have smartphones that are not just limited to making calls and sending texts, but we can also use them for browsing the internet, taking photos and videos, playing games, and even controlling other smart devices in our homes. But the story of the smartphone doesn't end there. The demand for smartphones is constantly increasing, and with that, the demand for silicon wafers and computer chips is also on the rise. Companies like Wafer World are working hard to craft the highest quality silicon wafers to keep up with this demand. They use automated machinery and advanced technology to ensure that each wafer is of the highest quality. Now, you might be wondering what the future holds for smartphones. With the advancements in technology, we can expect to see even more features and capabilities added to our smartphones. From virtual and augmented reality to artificial intelligence, the possibilities are endless. The next time you pick up your smartphone, think about all the incredible technology that went into creating it and how it's all made possible by the humble silica sand. But that's not all. The silicon wafers used in smartphones are not only limited to computer chips, They are also used in other electronic devices such as solar cells, LED lights, and semiconductor lasers. The use of silicon wafers in these devices have greatly impacted many industries such as renewable energy, automotive, and healthcare. One example is the use of silicon wafers in solar cells, which have greatly increased the efficiency of solar panels and have made them more affordable for the average consumer. This has led to a significant increase in the use of solar energy, reducing our dependence on fossil fuels and helping to combat climate change. Another example is the use of silicon wafers in LED lights. LED lights are not only more energy efficient than traditional incandescent bulbs, they also have a longer lifespan, reducing the need for frequent replacements. This has had a positive impact on both the environment and the economy. Silicon wafers are also used in semiconductor lasers, which are used in various medical treatments such as LASIK eye surgery and cancer treatment. These lasers use the precise properties of silicon wafers to deliver highly concentrated beams of light, which are used to perform delicate procedures with high accuracy. As technology continues to advance, we can expect to see even more innovative uses of silicon wafers in various industries. Companies like Wafer World are at the forefront of this technology, constantly researching and developing new methods to craft high-quality silicon wafers to meet the growing demand. So next time you pick up your smartphone, remember the incredible journey that the silicon wafer inside it has gone through to make it function. From the sand mines to the advanced machinery and automated processes, it's truly amazing how something so small and seemingly insignificant can play such a big role in the technology we use every day. But it's not just smartphones that are impacted by the use of silicon wafers, it's also the economy. The demand for silicon wafers has led to the growth of many industries and the creation of many jobs. From the mining of silica sand, to the manufacturing of silicon wafers, to the assembly of electronic devices, the use of silicon wafers has a ripple effect on the economy. The mining of silica sand, which is the raw material used to make silicon wafers, provides jobs for many people. It's a physically demanding job, but it's also an important one as it provides the raw materials for the technology industry. The manufacturing of silicon wafers is also a highly technical and skilled job, requiring precision and attention to detail. Companies like Wafer World employ highly trained professionals who are responsible for operating the advanced machinery and monitoring the quality of the wafers. Finally, the assembly of electronic devices such as smartphones, which use silicon wafers, is also a job-creating industry. This includes not only the assembly process itself, but also the logistics, distribution, and customer support. In conclusion, the technology behind smartphones is much more than just screens and batteries. It's a whole ecosystem of industries and jobs that are all connected. From the mining of silica sand, to the manufacturing of silicon wafers, to the assembly of electronic devices, it's truly remarkable how one small component can have such a big impact. We hope this video has given you a new appreciation for the technology in your smartphone and the people and industries behind it. Thank you for watching our video on the technology behind smartphones. We hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more informative videos like this, and please share this video with your friends and family to spread the knowledge about the amazing technology of silicon wafers. Thanks for watching.